Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress and welcome to the update for November 2014. It feels like it's been a while since I did the Let's Play for Streets of Rage 2, but at the same time it hasn't. It's really been like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And you're probably wondering, and I've also been wondering, what it is I'm going to play next, and well, you're both listening to and looking at it. This is King Arthur and the Knights of Justice for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And why am I playing this? Well, there are 2 games being talked about right now for reasons that people talk about this game in certain quarters. The 2 games that I'm talking about, which are being talked about now, obviously, as of 11:05 p.m. on November 16th, 2014, Central Time, by the way. Those 2 games are Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric and WWE 2K15. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric has a bunch of glitches in it. People are complaining that the glitches make this game so bad that it could technically make Rise of Lyric the next Sonic the Hedgehog 06. At the same time, these glitches are so easy to do that you could basically bring out the real-time speedrunner in you and do your own speedruns. Matter of fact, speedrunners are using them right now as we speak, and they're probably taking time to find even more glitches. I know there's one with Knuckles where you can keep pausing and you can keep jumping infinitely. And there's another one where you pause while spin dashing, and then when you unpause, you get launched forward like you just got launched forward like a slingshot. Those are the only 2 that I know of. I really should read up on more if there are any, which I'm pretty sure there are. And then there's WWE 2K15. There's a last-gen version, and then there's a next-gen version. Last-gen version doesn't really feel like an improvement on 2K14, from what I can tell. And there are just some things in the game where, thanks to some new roster additions, which of course also brings some new taunts and new moves and new signatures and new everything, where there are now more glitches than ever, and it doesn't even feel like as much of a polished game as 2K13 and 2K14. Or 13 if you want to call 2K13 just WWE 13. And if you really want proof of that, go watch some of New Legacy Inc.'s 2K15 videos. They use the last-gen version for the Xbox 360, and there's like glitches that involve Bray Wyatt's spider walk, and the tables don't act right, and when you pick up the ring bell, it's like your character looks like they're not holding it on him, but the bell is sticking to their wrist or something like that. And while those glitches are funny, it just makes it painfully obvious that 2K's resources were divided between a last-gen version, which feels even less polished than 2K14, and a next-gen version for PS4 and Xbox One, where a whole bunch of game modes and other things such as Diva CAWs and Arena Creation Mode and the Career Mode have all been taken out, and you feel like you have half a game and it doesn't even feel polished or focused, even though 2K clearly says they did that and they expect everyone to believe them. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what's going on with those 2 games. Now you're wondering why I'm mentioning this one. It came out in 1995, was based on a Saturday morning cartoon that ran in 92 and 93. The first episode was in 92, the last one was in 93. It took them until 95 to bring it out, and it's still bad. As a matter of fact, the developers took 2 years to develop the game further on purpose, and it was still bad. The AI for your 2 allies are the worst that I've ever seen. What else is there? There are some parts that are not coded correctly. There are still some walls that you could walk straight through, like there was supposed to be something there, but then they decided to not do it with those parts of locations at the last second, and therefore you can walk through barriers and whatnot. And it's like a very like 1 or 2 parts of the game at least, and it's in very specific areas, but that's still pretty bad. Passwords are even worse. It's just a 5-character password. All it saves are the 2 major items, the shields and the keys for all of the knights, and any healing items in your inventory that you may need or want or whatever. You do have to get them back before you can do what you need to do, which is pretty bad for something from the mid-90s, before games were made mercifully easier to some extent, prior to us getting Saturn and PS1, back in the good old Bit Wars. And if you try to sequence break through the game, there is a chance that the game will freeze. Also, I heard the bosses are really cheap too. I mean, I just started playing through this. I'm thinking about playing through it even more before I let's play this, just to see what the heck is going on, get some maps drawn, that sort of stuff, you know. And that's pretty much why I'm mentioning King Arthur and the Knights of Justice, WWE 2K15, and Sonic Boom all at the same time, and it's just, yeah, it just puts everything in perspective. It may make it feel like it's dated, but it'll at least give to them rhyme and reason as to why I'm expecting to play this game, get through it, maybe help a few people out, because, you know, I don't think there are a whole lot of LPs for this game. And it also reunites me with a arch enemy. I wouldn't say it's a new arch enemy. It might as well be a new arch enemy. Remember Wizard of Oz? Remember who developed it? Manley and Associates? Yeah, they made this piece of garbage too. Matter of fact, the music that you're hearing right now is from the same guy who composed the music for Wizard of Oz. You're welcome. And to be quite honest, I wouldn't expect any less from Manley and Associates, who strangely also brought us a DOS port of Ninja Gaiden 2. Wouldn't have learned about it if it weren't for Napostriouf, Nap and Retro Gaming. Go check him out. I'll put the links to his channel and his Twitter in the description. And this should be fun and terrible at the same time. That's the main news. The secondary news is that over the weekend, I got 100 subs. It's been 8 or 9 months since I got 50. Matter of fact, it was in March that I got 50. So it's been a pretty interesting climb up the little YouTube ladder, so to speak. I've been very grateful to have this many people actually care about what I do and actually care for the fact that I'm doing it. So hats off to all of you. You're looking at somebody who was surprised that he had like a few hundred Twitter followers like around this time a year ago. So there you go. So I got that going for me. And since I did manage to get 100 subscribers, 101 now at the time of this recording, I figured it might as well be high time to go ahead and make a update video for those who are probably wondering what in the world I'm up to. so that way you guys know. And that's pretty much it. Again, I'm still working on getting a newer computer because, again, this thing has only 4 gigs of RAM, 1.8 gigahertz dual processor. I don't even know what else is in this darn thing. I just know it's a Gateway SX series computer. And I know if I save up my money for a couple more months, I'll make it something better. But in the meantime, I'm actually keeping myself busy. There's a new section on the channel page called LP Spotlight, where I basically show off all the Let's Plays that I'm watching at the moment. And if you want to keep up with them, I've made it a lot easier for you, because I know that, well, you know that I share all these things all the ding-dong day, and I know there's something you guys out there might like, and so I decided to go ahead and amalgate them all into one list. It'll be under the section for the recent uploads, and before the most recent Let's Play playlist on the channel page at youtube.com/PrinceWatercressLP. And who knows, maybe you'll find something you may like. I do also cover a few modern games. I do look at a few other people's modern gaming LPs. It's been pretty fun this whole time, and well, I figured I might as well go ahead and share the wealth. I may actually do more of stuff like that with the channel in the future, so stay tuned for that. I'll definitely let you know if I make any changes. That's basically it for this update. So, again, I'm playing King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. Hopefully I will be starting this Let's Play soon. And whether you've been watching all this time or whether you just started, because I know some of you are going to run into this video as soon as you find a link to this channel on Twitter. Well, I guess I might as well just go ahead and say that enjoy the ride. I'm going to be starting this bad boy pretty soon. Anyway, this is PrinceWatercress, and this was the update for November of 2014. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!